First of all, I want to appreciate your coming. PadMan African team was fantastic. We want to appreciate His Excellency and High Excellency. We just want to appreciate the whole team. Coming to the female prisons, Kirikiri, Lagos, has made us happy. You can see from the environment where my children are, because I refer to them as my family. They were totally ecstatic. Programs like these give my residents in the female prison hope. Hope. That even though they're behind the bars, there are people out there that care for them and care about them. It gives them hope for tomorrow. Nelson Mandela believed totally in love. He was a selfless human being. And because he was selfless and love boosted him, that was his drive. For him to be able to stand for what he believed in, he stood for what he believed that tomorrow will be or bring about a great South Africa, a oneness in that nation of his. And celebrating him, his anniversary, shows that the generation after him, even though we're not South Africans, we are Nigerians, but we are part of the African continent. It shows that we do appreciate what he stood for. Today is an extra boost for my residents here, showing that in as much as they're behind the walls, they're a group of young people like they are, who also share in their sufferings. For you coming today shows that you love and care for them. So the story of Nelson Mandela is one of those beautiful stories of selflessness towards humanity.
PadMan Africa has been doing things about reaching out to different outreaches in terms of talking about menstruation, seeing how to get more men involved. Why we felt men should be more involved is to see how they can lend their voices to it, and we'll make sure we celebrate special days. So Nelson Mandela was one of the days that we just had to pick, especially because it's the centennial celebration. The content of today was clear, and one thing we also keyed into was the Merit Day. So I'm a member of the World Merit. The World Merit talks about the 17 sustainable goals and how to build partnership for the global goals. And one of the key aspects is the goal number one, which is poverty. And we also wanted to curb period poverty with what we do at the PadMan Africa. And so it was just a link for us. And Mandela was someone who was very particular to seeing how to provide freedom to his people. Someone talking about how to at least give them the independence from their struggles and all of that. So we just saw that it was key into mostly the prison residents. I've learned to call them prison residents instead of inmates, to see that how do they even cope with their menstrual hygiene and all. We just felt that it was one way to show them the movie Kayayo, which talked about the young girl who had gone through child labor, and it was another good way to at least share the experience through our inductees, show them the movie and see how much we can bring the connection of celebrating that day. And that's why we're doing Mandela Day on Merit Day.
So what's the impression of the outcome?
The outcome was phenomenal. It was scary at first, and to see that at least these prison residents were ready to show them inside that the fact that they are not giving up on themselves through the book reading session, to see that they can also rely more on reading more books, just as Mandela has done, and having people who had come from different sectors, especially Chief Mrs. Abimbola Fashola, make sure that this event was possible, and the Mandela Washington Fellow alumnus who are here to also celebrate. So it's a good gathering of people from different sectors to see that at least we can continue to pass on this message. And Mandela message has been be the legacy, and we're glad we're doing this.
My name is Mrs. Aderonke Oguntoyibo. I'm the Chief Operating Officer for Leadership Empowerment and Resource Network, LEARN. Today we came in to join Mr. Chaste. His foundation, I believe, is PadMan, and is here today to inspire the prison resident, because Mommy Lizzie has said we should not call them prisoners. They are prison residents. So we came in to join him to encourage them and to show love today.
Every woman go through menstrual cycle. and this item they don't readily have. So we brought them so that they can use during the cycle. Number two, we preview the movie so that they can learn that it is not right to use your daughter as a slave. You should work for your children, not your children working for you. So that, in a way, movie lasts long, the picture. So in their mind, if they want to take any decision that is against that, they won't do it. So that is the essence of everything that was on here today.
We try to educate the prisoners as to their rights under the law. There is a minimum standard through which we are to treat prisoners, and this standard is stipulated by the UN and is called the Mandela rules. So their right to health, their right to accommodation, their right that they should be separated in categories: female, juvenile, male, and they shouldn't be cramped up together. They have basic living standards. So we try to sensitize them as to their basic rights, and from what we've seen, we observed that the prison facility is already living up to that, aligning themselves with the international best practices. And we try to tell them that we provide free legal aid services to them whenever they are in need of. So people that cannot afford lawyers, among them, they can reach out to us, and we will send them 1 or 2 lawyers to help them with their cases.
Nelson Mandela, it's someone we can never forget, and celebrating him is something we have to do. I remember the words of Nelson Mandela. It always seems impossible until it is done. And the residents of this prison today have learned that they may be incarcerated or imprisoned in their body, but their minds cannot be imprisoned. Their minds cannot be incarcerated. And they can become all they desire to be. They become all that God has designed them to be. And so this program is very important for them. I'm sure they've learned so much. And I see them in the next 10 years becoming people, women, that bring about change and transformation to their community and to Nigeria as a nation, even to the entire continent of Africa.
It's a privilege to be inducted under PadMan. I think I've known Chaste for a while, and what he's doing is highly commendable. Today being my very first day at the prison, I'm so touched that I could see an environment that is filled with love. I could see cleanliness in the prison, which I never expected. I think with this, I have to mobilize people from my immediate community of Mushi, mobilize them to come have a look of what the prison authority, they are really doing at the female section of Kirikiri prison. It's awesome, and I really appreciate the DCP, as popularly called Auntie Lizzie, for the show of love and affection. And one thing I want to take home from her, they are not inmates, they are prison residents.